Last episode of my survival ended with the expansion of my improved village. In this episode we will continue with 100 days of my survival. There will be a lot of interesting things, so I advise you to get ready. I decided to start by gathering resources for my new farm. For many of my survival tasks I lacked some resources falling off of mobs, and killing mobs at night was pretty boring for me. That's why the next stage of my development was a mob farm. As soon as I joined the world, I went to mine resources. The farm itself was not difficult, but it needed a lot of building blocks, and I immediately put melting all the cobblestone I had. After spending a little time, I had all the resources I needed, and I began to build. The farm is not difficult. At its foundation a place is built where mobs under the pressure of water are washed in one place, where they then die. And above it is built many levels just where these mobs appear. After that, you just need to cover this place with blocks so it's dark all day and night, and you're basically done. I finished building, added a place where I could stand in the AFK, and I was done. I stood in the AFK to assess the farm's functionality. The results were good. I took all the accumulated gunpowder from the farm, went to mine a lot of sand and combined these two things to get the dynamite I needed to mine Niesrite. Digging Niesrite by hand is very long, so I went down into hell, dug a long tunnel, filled it completely with dynamite and only had to watch the massive explosions. I mined quite a lot of Niesrite this way and was able to modify a large number of my tools into Niesrite tools. While I was in hell, I decided to break the fortress there and get hell bricks, which I later use for building. At this moment I decided to expand my village a little bit and build a couple of new houses in it. And while I was building I realized that this area wasn't enough for me. I wanted a much bigger and more massive village, and that's what I had to do as well. The first house was followed by the second house. And I needed a lot of wood all the time, which had to be mined in huge quantities. It was used for almost everything. And the time has finally come. It's time to go through Minecraft. Kill the dragon, find and loot the end, get the long-awaited elytras, and build a farm of endermen for the experience. I began my preparations for the dragon attack. I had armor, a decent sword, and thanks to experience from the furnaces after overcooking cacti, I was able to enchant a decent bow as well. I did not intend to return home immediately after the killing and had prepared many fireworks for the elytras beforehand and took with me enchanted books and an anvil so that I could put enchantments on the elytras at once. I prepared potions of strength, took a lot of blocks, prepared the resources, got the Eye of the Enderman, took obsidian for the portal and was fully prepared to go into battle with the dragon. I threw the first Enderman's eye, then the second and third, and 20 minutes later I was at the portal to end. I set up the chest, built a portal to hell so I could come back through it, put the Enderman's eyes in the portal, it activated, and I was ready. And there I was. Immediately I began to destroy the crystals. One by one they exploded from my bow. After a few minutes there were none left, and now the dragon could not regenerate life. And when he came down to me, after drinking a potion of strength, I could easily kill him. In a couple of these approaches I overpowered it, and Enderworld was completely at my disposal. And of course I got a lot of experience from the dragon, but I decided to leave the egg here for now and not take it away, because I didn't know yet where to put it nicely. I was lucky and almost immediately saw the dungeon I was looking for. I slowly made my way to the coveted elytras by killing shulkers. At last they were mine. Immediately I enchanted them in the same place, took the fireworks, and life was easier. But in the end, I could loot many more valuable resources, including shulkers. I looted this dungeon and went to find the next one. One by one I ravaged the dungeons, stole resources, and mined shulkers. When I realized that I had had enough for now, I decided to return home. Now I had everything I needed to continue surviving comfortably. The next plan was to continue mining Niesrite. I went to the desert to mine sand. But this time I had shulkers, and I could get a lot more. At the same time, I enchanted a silk touch pickaxe, made an ender chest, put all the shulkers in there, and had a lot of portable storage space for resources. I returned to the farm, take gunpowder and sand, and go to hell. One explosion, second explosion, third, fourth, and there is a large amount of Niesrite already in front of me. All I had to do was to get it. Remember what I said about expanding the village? I wanted to keep demolishing the mountain to make more room for new buildings, but it was very uncomfortable to do it as before. The stone was breaking for a very long time, and I realized it was time to get a beacon. I enchanted the sword on the looting, and then returned to the fortress of hell, taking with me a lot of potions of fire resistance, and began to kill wither skeletons. The skulls did not want to fall out for a very long time. Even with the loot on the sword, it took a long time to get 3 skulls. But after a lot of wasted time, I had everything I needed. I went home. I went down into the mine, took the skulls and sand, put them together, and a wither appeared. It was very easy to kill it with my resources. I did it very quickly, and I had a nether star in my hands, so badly needed for the beacon. But that's where I think I should stop, and you'll see the continuation of my survival in the next episode. I hope you like this episode, so don't forget to like it. Thank you all, bye everyone.